All right, it's here for Mamunina Kwaba once again. Episode so by Pinaxtv. So, this issue about Ghana's border, and we have been talking about it for the past week. So we need the in summer so our Ghana border now, and I say try Ghana. We are now facing issues with people at the top. I'm talking about Burkina Faso, the border that we share with them, our northern part of Ghana. Hono, information about earlier this week, the Abremono airport say. Terrorists be Omufi Burkina Faso. They have been able to infiltrate into Ghana's border and killed 8 people. These are terrorist organizations from JNIM. Now, St0rm na ye kan enyan kan wie no. Ade anche na Ghana interior minister or information ebetu just said now we are taking Togo to court. Why? Because Ghana, your southern part, you need to say a southern part in Sunkwa na try English no. Southern parts no you could nya oil bi wo but oil aye 2 ni ade a keep 3 points any ade ni nyina ye de ni 10 ni nyina ye Ghana for de to force de bi ayomo de almost a map ni use no etete map before a colonial during our colonial masters time at British for any ade really no into there's a new map at Ghana we need to actually use. And based on this, Ghana, the tribunal court. The tribunal court. We won the case in 2017. But still, nearby, and Togo force they are and they've been intimidating Ghana's military, our navy, and also mutu oil on our Ghana, the southern part. I'm talking about the Gulf of Guinea. The UN. Quarter almost share a year issue of the sea any dispute. St0rm no so ho. Now Minuka say the latest update abasisiano in regards with the northern part of Ghana, your border no with Burkina Faso no air part say Okudzeto Blakwa on a certain top military personnel as to me Burkina Faso. Aye Okudzeto Blakwa on a certain top military personnel as to me Burkina Faso. And because of this growing insecurity around our border, no, it is evident say brand new piano, Ghana's military will be performing military drills. Military drills na part say ebini pictures are on the screen say we are like exercising or warming up. Okay, so na be adachi bi and we see and training. We are training already and we are ready to face them. So I'm performing military drills. But then the latest in all of this is Okudzeto Blakwa. He stormed Burkina Faso. Storming Burkina Faso. No, he actually went to their presidential palace, met their foreign minister, had an emergency meeting with them, and also Ghana for they can almost survive no more hospital because they are to hospital. No. All of those people, no, may know Okudzeto Blakwa also stormed there or storming Hono or hospital. Where very soon we're putting some of the pictures and even a video on the screens. Ghana, we are taking things very seriously. But people are saying say it is not enough because video back where the show no, you realize Okudzeto Blakwa was hammering to the Burkina Faso minister said dialogue. We don't need dialogue, we need action. Intuition screens so where a bra. Okudzeto Blakwa ku piemu the hospital bibi Ghana for ayeku omo no you almost survive here after the attack no okupiemu ho sanso shia certain top military personnel of the Burkina Faso as you can see on the Ghana phone penny for military personnel and the core this was the time they were having a dialogue. Now there is a video involved, but before the yinti in some Okudzeto Blakwa ekan wa say or say I have arrived in Burkina Faso for a 2-day official visit. My delegation and I were warmly welcomed at the airport by the foreign minister of Burkina Faso, His Excellency Karamoku Jean-Marie Traoré, and by Ghana's ambassador to Burkina Faso, His Excellency Kenneth Akibate. Before leaving Ghana for Burkina Faso, I was at the 37 military hospital this month to express empathy with our compatriots who were airlifted back home by the Ghana Air Forces after sustaining injuries from the February 14th terrorist attack. My visit will focus on security cooperation, political consultations, and signing of strategic agreements. So based on this, Okudzeto Blakwa said yes, even one more. Almost survive the attack now. Ultimately, attack omuko PM Burkina Faso hospital. Ya form nyina about 37 military hospital. Yes, sure. Now, There is a video I will share because as some of us and as some Ghanaians were hoping at least an action sort of will be dealt and as will be mooted out because they be a catch us as francophone countries need try they are not our allies like that. Omunya and French, they see us as adversaries. They see us as adversaries. It's they be a BBC near Bombay near Queen for na baby a 2 oil Togo for say Ghana's border terrorists me fi Burkina Faso be kun Ghana for they be a call dialogue na ye kono Burkina Faso ni francophone for they don't know what is dialogue. That is why it's high time Ghana and was military, they take action. To BBC, we go there and we bomb the hell out of these terrorists on more Ghana for border. But before then, Okudzeto Blackwa met the Burkina Faso minister of Foreign Affairs and also some top dignitaries or the same be to just see Ghana will be signing a peace pact. And also certain security pact, which means he see and Ghana and security, you need Burkina Faso, you better join together. I don't know how that is really going to help Ghana, but then you video we you babaka you better also.
In our deliberations, we also discuss the security situation. We condemned the latest violent extremist attack that took place in Titao. Where a number of Ghanaians lost their lives, and also our fellow Burkinabes. We have decided to deepen our security cooperation. We are currently negotiating a security framework which will help us to work together collectively to neutralize these violent extremists. We do not want our region to become the haven of these terrorists. We don't like the fact that this has become the epicenter of global terror, and we are determined as leaders to uproot this canker and to make sure that these violent extremists are neutralized. So we renew our condolences and commiserations to the families and loved ones of the recent attacks, and we want to thank the government of Burkina Faso for the rapid response in helping us to evacuate our injured and airlifting them back to Ghana, and how they also managed to contain the situation and bring matters under control. We were quite impressed with the responsive capacity of the Burkina authorities.
Okay, so that's also Okudzeto Blackwa and some of the two. So in here, and you can see on the screen, say Ghana and Burkina Faso have now signed 7 bilateral deals to boost security and border control following recent terrorist attacks. Mind you, this was the first time Ghana we have signed a peace pact and I say a bilateral security deed or deal with Burkina Faso. We signed with them a lot of times. But following how Burkina Faso president Ibrahim Traoré ultimately solve a terrorist issue, because first not terrorist issue and the northern parts of Burkina Faso. First terrorist issue now the northern part of Burkina Faso. It's not issue ni senior bombing kofoni ekun kofo itimi ko ekras near bombing kofo be 100 200. It was happening at the northern part of Burkina Faso. So na embenye because Ghana, our northern border is being shared with the southern border of Burkina Faso, which means Burkina Faso omasie no to Greater Accra no sapepe and Ghana we border with them. Yes so no enough. And no sisi Ibrahim Traoré in the military no utie na say some course no kamia say there's a break in ranks within a year or no Ibrahim Traoré in the military apparatus no and as a woman on your model no ama me no ka say no terrorists no ometima spele from the northern parts of Burkina Faso ama sisi omaba be infiltrate down to the southern parts of Burkina Faso. Southern parts of Burkina Faso no eho ena Ghana your northern parts and your northern region, that is where we share border with Burkina Faso. That is how come you saw these terrorist attacks. And even the issue about tomatoes. In Ghana, we have a very fertile land than Burkina Faso. We are now, if anything, going about importing tomatoes from them. So that is issue Okudzeto Blackwa as some of us were thinking, so, oh, kwana wako no sebio, ebeye a show of force. Obeche Burkina Faso said, if you guys don't deal with these terrorists and they come to Upper West region and they come to Northern region, we will use our military, infiltrate into your southern border and bomb these terrorists. That is why Middle East now, Israel 4 is on top of their game. Because they don't sit down for Iran, Saudi Arabia, and so to do their job for them. That is why it's high time Ghana, you may beefy up your security. A country of 35 million, it's here for your military, just 18,000. They can't even fill half of a stadium. Ghana, your population 35 million, your military, you kind of more, 18,000. Yeah, the Omoto Accra Sports Stadium, half. And that is a very big issue. And to me, based on how Togo 4, any Burkina 4, they are treating Ghanaians. It is high time Ghana be increasing a military capacity from 18,000 military personnel to 100,000. And no sir, only 18,000 to 80,000. Okay, not 20,000. You find a reserves into Kwabrucha or more military and almost also national guards, which is basically like reserves. Into Ghana, I will say a pet. Reserves into reserves, any military personnel, you come with 80,000. Ni deploy or more enco the southern part of Ghana, the northern part of Ghana, because you say Togo for say all your Ghana for you 2 years and your modie. And we can't sit down to allow these nonsense to happen. Yet the Togo for a winning case. Yes, still their navy, their maritime, and people at Togo are intimidating Ghanaians and our navy. So I'm in 2 oil because a almost share so. In Semisia. Dialogue. These francophone countries are they don't know what is dialogue. They see action. Oshe military, Oshe Burkina Faso ni francophone for lifestyle na bibia gidi. Ghana for yanchom bibi kakra na mbeka so. These anglophone countries, and that is exactly why we are. So now, Ghana, any Burkina Faso, I'm signing a year. Osha House, Ghana and Burkina Faso signed 7 bilateral deals to boost security and border control following recent terrorist attacks. Into Okudzeto black as you can see, on Nkofona Kasa si and our party said Ghana and Burkina Faso brought together. Now you intimi and fight this. Now your military, you know more any juma together. To me, I think it is bullshit. We don't need to do anything with their military. They be Ghana your military and almost military come to Russia. They can't be trusted. But anyways, so we see this particular issue near share in Sema. So that is the issue air course currently. You need indemnity, and at the end of the day, you be follow updates because there are a whole lot of things are air course. And at the end of the day, we need to actually make sure that all these things are air course. At the end of the day, be boosting your security, especially at the northern part of Ghana and also the southern part of Ghana. It's for a better also because and then some there's a lot of things going on in this country and everything now and I knew say bro right on this particular platform. Most of them centers on security issues because people are doing things you see in Ghana. I don't know what is happening, but you see Ghana and just a first view. Bad things are happening in this particular country. Ti ebebo shi ne yakọ eye nano nsema ebetodwa. Se woni nsema ebetodwa. Nano ye wo ho na eye information eba se nkrofo bi akoyi niema efitema port. Na sa niema no muyi fitema port no. Etiefo. We don't know what really happened. But the hu ya say all the containers in a efitema port. Ebiwura kronim. Mind you, said never fit my post sunny and share pictures sleeping out on the screens. Said never fit my post sunny and share near woman. These things could be weapons, these things could be cocaine, these things could be guns, these things could be near my Ghana. We have prohibited to land in this particular country. And I feel yes, I be real. It's near many fee a year tema port sa a buy and a year a Ghana police for Omunya intelligence and answer Omunya. Tip off say BB air coso. In the tip off no munya and deploy the Ghana military, the Ghana Customs Service, and also the Ghana police. Monko namko round it up. And this na sanko for your mother near me, send on the screen so. Eba if fit my porter or munya clearance or munko sisi or munina. Intuition screens no so where a bra you see all the articulator tracks we are learning that these articulator tracks were carrying cooking oil. I know says certain things to be parts, but there's video involved. But me really way because we fear the Ministry of Finance or the Deputy Finance Minister commends Ghana Revenue Authority (GRA) for intercepting 12 articulated tracks with over 85 million Ghana cedis in taxes at stake. The Deputy Minister of Finance, Thomas Nyako Ampem, has congratulated the Customs Division of the Ghana's Revenue Authority (GRA) for intercepting 12 articulated tracks in a major enforcement operation along the Dowenya-Tema Road, describing the action as a decisive step in protecting state revenue. The operation carried out between 10 p.m. in the evening and 5 a.m. at dawn was led by Deputy Commissioner Operation with support to Chief Revenue Officer Preventive Tema Collection, Chief Revenue Officer Preventive Tema Collection and Revenue Mobilization Task Force of the National Security and Enforcement officers from both the Tema Collection and Customs headquarters. Now, according to the Ghana Revenue Authority, all parties say Sanyama we no ye the far land so and buy it so parties if you port so regardless their main aim was to ship this kind of cooking oil as a cooking oil may be run system without paying any taxes. Into Ghana your fried tola somebody say cooking oil ne bar esan say your fried to somebody oil ne bar so fried to a ton gallon bako 300 cedis or no din cooking oil bar or better on 200 cities, and they are disrupting Ghana system. Why? Because they bring it and they don't pay taxes. Into the minister, no, and the Ministry of Finance, almost at the point in time, no, nyama no they buy and taxes in Kwa in Kofowe, they were evading, no, ye canning in Abuma, 85 million Ghana cedis. 85 million Ghana cedis. And as Uncle Fuwi, taxes and also mutia, or bentua, minokasi, all these articulator tracks, yes, easy. Now, it's for you can share the video involved. The minister, no, or the December 2 all parties, all of these articulated tracks, no, or messy, and they are doing investigation, and unless the people behind, omokra, this cooking oil, the back room, unless they come out and pay the fair share of their taxes, this cooking oil will be seized. Share this particular video involved of when this particular incident is seen. Remember, say this year, it is just adding up to the whole lot of security breaches at Aircourse Okruma. A ban is saying the cooking oil, articulator tracks in Kwan Bako Bears, 12 was a back room, a bra customs for a bra military for internet tip off any Ghana Revenue Authority omenia sebi eyadian ka sebi ye nim de ekoso. So yanko I think the video is now ready. Yanko share this particular video involved. Yeah, babaka, we will definitely continue with all of these updates ekoso right here on this particular platform. Therefore, into video I'll share, is just a snippet of what the hell is going on in this particular country. Now, and based on all of this, me know because the Ministry of Finance, or the same be about to they are banning all cooking oils. Oil la, ye diane, and yeah, they are banning all of them from using a year land, and I say we banning them, banning a year the states, and I say a year Ghana, and I say one more the relevant agencies from transporting cooking oil via a year trucks and via land and via land transit. Now, if we into screens, so now a year in St0rm ababe tuja in regards with this, and I don't know how long this will be enforced because one part is in Crawford obi di fiposo eba nipa ni to duty nti eba ne se na mo de fa kweti kwan so na mo pese mo pese mo betua duty mo de fa land so to shall say government have banned the land transit of cooking oil through Ghana's borders following the interception of 18 trucks declared for Niger but suspected of diversion with potential revenue loss of 85 million Ghana cedis. So government party say these trucks are not yet doing who say 18 trucks no I 12 trucks you say 18 and now one more drive truck no you be so almost say move here almost cooking oil we no ye de ko Niger tinye ye de ko Niger but inim de see ya be pie Ghana nti ye ba Ghana no ye fi say Niger ene ewo ye ba Ghana no ye fi say Niger ene ewo and a Ghana for say okay pam no twa no say ya ban it land transit is ultimately for oil, cooking oil, and for Ghana border and back. You have to use sea or air lift. So by you bit my track the taxes involved. So by bit my attract the taxes involved. So this is the issue I so. And I know that this is a very disturbing issue because Kamiako says no Ghana we are having issues with Burkina Faso and even Togo. Niger for so omudu ababejima adanya oil we almost say eko Niger but ye hu ya ne say ba be pie Ghana and ye tremu ya taxes anka Ghana was ye no around 85 million Ghana cedis if these cooking oil were to come to this country and yanje omo taxa anka sika anka Ghana kanka ebe bono 85 million Ghana cedis. So that is the issue menoka say eko so obia amount be bread and so once again you can bring in your comments now it is a dream trail concerning this particular issue and in St0rm so in regards with this particular update so about the whole issue with the Ghana's border, our issue with Burkina Faso, our issue with Togo, and now the cooking oil saga cooking oil in Niger in MDC ABP Ghana. For a brand here over screens no he's a young Ghanaian over UK. But see UK the Great Britain they are declaring this guy as the most wanted person in UK. Now a brand here no medical na mamau medical mau a brief background to him. Oko UK we need open your you like all kinds of music ube hu say your friend and you and there's a particular genre of music I find drill music no as a bar rap no a fast dun I find a drill music no more stampy or move feet a brand to years or a drill rapper or rapper or something drill music but then yet no and you didn't call jail no crime ne say na oye am robbery London or shit sick kind so any ade. And because of that, of just any other and they actually arrested him. No, sounds like a gang on your yes, so they arrested him and jailed him 6 years. But along the way, he escaped from jail. And a UK police for Ekoche, and a Branty Asa escaped from jail, and now he is in hiding. And guess what he's doing? He's in hiding and he's dropping music and basically mocking the UK police. And then no kasi oko London in fact information me saka any videos we me saka before me ba this particular updates no you could see say London police they are doing some serious patrol this particular patrol mo yen enya asem ketwa. They are doing some serious patrol. As a patrol no mo yen abranti ene penache no. But before I kwakoti BBC for omo sema omo dia babe suja concerning this particular hardened criminal. And even the worst of all of this issue is that utie yen sema BBC for edia babe suja omo parties abranti no UK4 police for my emergency omo china they are bringing him to Ghana. Yetino say I will know UK. Say I will know our Ghana. They don't care. He's too much a criminal for them. So omo de yade the ebre back. Ye be ja voice ni bi atum ebra ye che now according to hiding no. Ye go hwe BBC report ndo. Be ebra ye che no according to hiding no. Enwuma all drop ODD UK police for home fell. You know, nasty. Ye babaka ye be go straight to BBC. What BBC is saying about this issue. How BBC is even shocked said this hardened Ghanaian criminal. On say obiwa broche na oya de pa no e Ghanaian so a UK born. Or a criminal pay so a Ghanaian no a criminal no be a of Ghana the attack them so Ghanaian. Yen should video e baba kan the best one.
I just broke out a jail like Modi. Fought the government from their phony. Marcus Schofield man's called these police. On the roads I'm a legend like Toby. But can't go wrong like Kobe. First show, that's like we free cannabis, champagne and rollies. She ain't dealt with a body like this when I step in the town. It's free cannabis, yeah. Everyone in town was free cannabis. Just put in the work and change your mind. He gon' die today. Fucking beat. I was trying to do the race. I'm that guy, yeah, the boss of UK. I'm that guy, yeah, the boss of UK. Done it twice, now they think I'm insane. On my side, we got guns from Ukraine. Catch me if you can, I'm in a real towards the plane. I'm a magician like a prefect or Spain.
So basically, you know, the rap lyrics, no, or Pache say, or no, Bakuni T, or Pache say he got out of jail like Modi, one of our prime minister, and or sound so yeah, rap, and the second one, or Pache say, catch me if you can. What I say, catch the UK police for catch him if you can, because he's an receipt more than play. Now, this thing, and I'm a UK for because you this dangerous criminal, number one. You broke out of jail the first time, the second time, and now you are mocking the UK police. They are ineffective because you've been able to break out of jail, and now you are even taunting, okay, the UK police by dropping these music with very explicit bars, mocking the UK police. Police for power, and I said you oman show anyen shehain. I'm a one day wait to me in Johnny in fi abruchi and wait to me in Johnny in fi jail now. Yebeko Nyakuti a year in summer a year BBC for Omudi Tuja concerning this particular issue. But as I told you earlier, no, this guy in Siano yepe one we the notorious criminals. I say ye pen action is number one priority. Abranti, unfortunately, no on your Nigeria ni or your Ghana ni. That is what we are learning. Straight up, Nyanko a BBC, near in summer BBC for. Edit about this hardened criminal or ye UK near CCR and yes you all of a sudden or a Ghana. Also, escape prisoner appears to town's police video. It's a escape criminal on the picture no in interbrand any can answer no on the also a jailed drilled rapper who escaped from custody twice within a week has apparently posted a video online taunting the police. Daniel Boache, 21, fled from St0rm Hospital in southeast London on Sunday after being taken there for medical treatment. 5 days earlier, on the 10th of February, he had also escaped from prison guards at West Middlesex University Hospital before being captured by the Met police officers the following day. The video posted on Instagram appears to show Boache, who uses the drill name DSAVV or DAS, performing in front of a screen featuring a newspaper story about his first escape. Inti Abranti, yo ichemu ya, friend Daniel Boache. You decline some cannot serve a sentence, okay? And ne home fano. Inti adene ko hospital. Say ye shan near the any check up near the and Ojane ye. Ojane the next week no any kwache no. The next as a few days they kwache in a few days no san yare e dey call hospital biem no e no san so the different hospital no san so edwane ya sisi ano odwane ye no akopie bebi eni bebi owo e na oye nwoma wo ye no or the tante the UK police or the St0rm. Now the song includes lyrics like I just broke out of jail like Modi, referring to a character from a TV series Top Boy, and brags about being fresh home, champagne, and cannabis. Wachi was jailed 6 years and 5 months 2023 for being part of a robbery gang that held victims at knife point to get their phones, passcodes, in order to steal a total of 115,000 pounds of cryptocurrency, as well as using bank details to pay for taxis and top-up cars. Inti abranti bonia odiya mene okase no ama UK4 company said this guy will never ye didn't go back to BBUFI, which is Ghana. Our gang omoye armed robbery, as I've said earlier on. Inti robbery no omoye, and what they do is omoba the second be so ye do phone na ye no yes also the second seal mean say give us your password. Inti all the password no more sikebi a was no omeyi. Also they take your credit card near the other. In total no they were able to transfer a money of almost 115,000 pounds, which would the back on the Sikemwa. I think it would be almost 2 million Ghana cedis on the gang, you know. Now, far from that, too, they've been involved in various crimes. Sikano Munya Krano, they used to pay for taxis, or the turn online, any idea there. Yet, to us to be a man, or say, the Metropolitan Police spokesperson said we are searching for 21-year-old man who absconded from Lewisham Hospital around 3:05 p.m. on Sunday, February 15th. Officers gave chase but could not detain Boache before he left the building. Somebody said police for HA though, but me to me I then anche Boache before Boache ebe fi building because now Boache said you make contenta odi na enya sem ketwa. Nti police for be brand of Musa Branty and Oko. We are currently reviewing the incident to fully understand the events which unfolded. The Met Directorate of Professional Standards is aware. It's non privacy and deep investigation to know exactly how this happened. How this criminal Otimi Ejane ya Jane we Jane no at the end of the day no almost ase. Now over down where I think say even down there there was a part normal party said he is scheduled to be deported back to Ghana. Okay, because that's information latest information I'll try and see if I can put that on the screens. But latest information I said this particular drill rapper of sorts, no, you see a pen, me deporting no to what? To where? To Ghana. You see deporting it to Ghana. I think I have we will get that part a UK4 or Mrs. and Abranti, you know. They want to deport him to Ghana. So I think I have it here. We'll try as much as possible and put it on the screens. And the big question I'm going to be ABC and say, "Eban send a branch, you know, o di boni, no. Afidie, yes, boy, yeah, the no air the air back room has it. So I think we have one thing here. I found 2 screens, you know, so for you to know exactly where this issue is headed, and even the Ghana factor involved. Because personally, you know. I don't know why now the UK police want to deport this hardened criminal to Ghana. Judicial say on the run drill rapper has released another snippet. So this was the time a video butcher one night said now all sound say the UK police and now it's also almost a more no with me joining if he jail 2 times. But now the UK police is saying say Daniel Boache they want to deport him to Ghana immediately. He is arrested. You see, I know say yen chenkra yen fanu ko jail. Okay, now asanso aba be yeden. Now asanso aba be yen nyom and now asanso aba be breaking out from jail. Debi. Ye chin na straight. Let's say yeden no eba Ghana. So that is exactly what is really going on. I'm trying as much as possible. Okay, I think say yen saka the issue ye kan ho asem asisi ano ye party says Daniel Boachi we no okay yen saka entity for we are about to put this on the screens for you to know exactly say Abranti you know all of a sudden UK4 say ye china Omo de no the air bagan. And this is a snippet from Sika official and also air confirming this particular news. And we shut down now. Let's focus on the down part. Also, Daniel Boache, who is currently serving a 6-year and 5 months sentence for being part of a robbery gang that held victims at knife point to get their passcodes before stealing 100,000 in cryptocurrency, also escaped from the West Middlesex University Hospital 5 days prior to his second escape. The British police have launched manhunt for his arrest and subsequent deportation to Ghana. So now they are saying that this criminal near China omo did not back Ghana because apparently, according to a UK police, they don't care see a woman UK or whatever. They be the money say or a hardened criminal and say hardened criminal now or UK they are tolerate this nonsense. So they will be deporting him to Ghana. So that is the issue so. And definitely this is a very, very sad issue because Ghana for any massive. But then who the hell are we to talk about this particular issue? Only one kokasa. So that is issue so. We'll be very much happy to get your up to say concerning this particular issue so about this whole issue. It's for year now on this same Ghana for more news so far about to drive past Ghana nibi ama Ghana ni no. I just say a suicide. To show us a Ghanaian man's body has been found near a train track in Maryland, USA. The authorities are urgently trying to locate his family or next of kin. The only items found on him were a Ghanaian passport and a Ghana card. You tell me Ghana nibi you the body. YouTube form per se show amount for passport and your money because on pass it amount for timid hack so you ain't me so but then Osha down what was there no and anyamo yehu ewan hono Ghana card and also omuhu Ghana card no almost sounds I think a driving license I just say a US state Maryland I actually say a Ghana ni nim ye see ya a brandy the body will train track so train the enam so no the body need that so per age now a calculate and nice panel or in his almost I think the man will be in his 70s. Minuka say no a so sad Minuka say shini cha kwanya Ojin Hokra won't say and then the date of birth no a 2nd March 1948 and a dia the friend Afanu Baina he is somewhere I think say Obewa somewhere in his 70s a brandy Minuka say no Ojin Hokra ontiasia we don't show his details but then in person show a card because YouTube for young person for card any driving license but that is the issue we are learning that this particular man he is 78 years of age a very sad issue so that is in sema so in other news in regards with in sema so right now okay in sema so right now Ghana nimbi so ewo amanania odwen kra ontia so this is exactly what is really going on once again we are live so very much happy say obema menya wadwen chere concerning most of the issues here can say right here on this particular platform what do you think about it from the issue of Ghana's border to now the issue of in sema ekoso in regards with the Ghanaian or PM Great Britain escaping from jail as and he's the most wanted criminal okay in Great Britain Minuka say all these things say it does not augur well for our country and also Ghana as a whole you need in Semnichi the BCBR will be giving you more updates as all of these various events continue to unfold right here in this particular country. For His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Obeye President, one of the things he promised was Operation Recover All Loot. But me no kasi si an Operation Recover All Loot even before Mahama be president, before he be inaugurated, he actually instituted this. Operation Recover All Loot, it is not actually in session. I didn't in America, sir, because there are a lot of people or maybe sika or more about food more. Sanko for no maybe sika or maybe a scar, my boy a buying the cano, and I'm about Ghana cano. They are working freely as if said you there's no change in government. Me no can say no Kevin Taylor about be raising a year concern say if this thing should go on, then NDC might face the music in 2028 because Ora was supposed to recover all look. They see an Ora uboni dinya I say Ora no ati aba form. I see a crowd, you don't know what they are doing in the system. Yanko tie in summer a Kevin Taylor or the Tuja about this whole issue and even how one man or party say or no so said you are Ghana bropa and then on a more freely. The big question is what the hell is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Okudzeto Blakwa Dominic Ayini and the people are no more cutting Ora home. What the hell are they doing?
When it comes to prosecuting politicians, these are all politicians. I support the prosecutions to be faster than it is. And I would like to say this to the Chief Justice. Chief Justice, I believe that the court can do better. We cannot sit in Ghana, not yet the case about court. Not a judge will tell the prosecutor, I am adjourning the case for 1 month. Sebio, we are not in the animals kingdom. Sebio, say, oh, a judge, na untumi ntina case ho, end case no, na utumi e call say, you are adjourning the case for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then you are not ready to be a judge. I think, with all due respect, there are too many lazy judges in Ghana. And for a very long time, we have allowed some judges in Ghana to get away with murder because at this point, they call cases at their own pace. Case will a due point to be it needs to be moving. Yes, the judge say, we're postponing the case for 1 month. Now we postpone the case for 1 month. Are you not getting paid? Are you not getting paid by the state? A dear empire now for 1 month. In Ghana, a judge can postpone a case for 3 weeks. For 1 month, and a case that can take 6 months to solve, a judge will sit on that case for 2 years. That needs to stop. And I'm pleading with the Chief Justice. If you really want to set an exemplary or you want to be an exceptional Chief Justice, I know you've been talking about the tribunals and the fast track court, but we need the judiciary to also help because it is looking like the judiciary is becoming too lazy. Majority of our judges in our court, with all due respect, they are lazy. They don't take their work serious. How can you sit on a high-profile case and tell me that you are taking an adjournment for 1 month? You are taking an adjournment for 3 weeks. And what do you want the people to do? So the slow pace of cases and all these politicians becoming bold, walking in Ghana with their chest out, thinking nothing will happen to them is because of some of our judges. Because some of our judges are the ones delaying the cases. They are basically not working. We are paying them for doing no work. America Kroben Ababa so I see judge be a postponing case for 1 month. A hefa no beba e wo krom ha. Judge Becker say, me nyare yanji me to hospital bed so me postpone the case for 3 months. And one case, judge to be postponing it 7 times, 8 times, 10 times. Are we paying the judges or they are paying us? And we need to look at that critically because Chief Justice, with all due respect to you, it is looking like you are losing a grip. It is looking like the judges are becoming more lazy. Every single day, you encounter myself, with all due respect, there are some very good judges in Ghana who are doing diligent job. They sit on cases, they run the cases. Most of them are lazy. They are lazy and they are making the cases not to flow. And the MPP for the BFili say they have a case because a judge, a high profile case, so a high profile political case that is time sensitive, and the judge will tell you, say, I'm going on medical leave for 1 month. What the heck? Where are we living? Is that a nation that we can be sitting in and expecting people to be prosecuted? So, Chief Justice, enough. Get your hand on the steer and get going. Get the job done. You have nothing to lose. If the judges cannot move the cases fast, move them and get new judges who can move the cases fast. Because it is looking like our problem as a nation now is the slow pace of these judges in our various courts. The high courts, that is where the traffic is. Judge to me tonight, so I can go back tomorrow. I'll come and show you cases and how judges have postponed cases. Ochina, maybe some of the cases. And you ask yourself, say, so what is all this postponement about? You ask yourself, are they able to meet 1 week? A judge can postpone for 3 weeks. Why? And that judge is taking salary every day, sitting in a car, getting all the perks, and then sitting on us as a judge. What is your job? What is your job as a judge? With all due respect to the judges, I respect all of you, but the laziness now creeping into our judiciary is getting out of hand. It is what is energizing these politicians to keep doing what they are doing. Because politicians need to feel say, I don't need to do anything. If I see the judge, if I'm able to convince that judge, I will make sure 10 years, court, jail. And that is what we are seeing here. How can Attorney General come to court, a high profile case, and the judge will just say, I'm taking a break, 3 weeks time? Nonsense. What is this? Where did we get? How did we get here? Everybody is doing whatever they want. Because some people have been given the privilege to take care of business. From tomorrow, I am going to take my time and come show you some of the cases. Time is starting here, and the number of adjournment judges at all. You will see. I'm going to expose the laziness in the judges. You will see. I can tell you on authority. Attorney General wants the case to move fast. The judges are slowing the case down. And some of the agencies like the CID office, some of the agencies like the GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, they are not supporting the Attorney General with documents. Some of the things is the GRA, the CID office, some of them need to bring documents to help the Attorney General, and all of them are slacking. In some maybe canon, as time goes on, people will be shocked. If these judges, if the judges decide to make sure Omatana cases were so as swiftly as they can, so many people will be in jail. Our biggest problem in Ghana today are some of the judges. I'm telling you. Our problem in Ghana today are the judges. The judges, some of them are our biggest problem. Now judge to be back court. The case. Somebody is sitting there typing the whole type. What do you say? Analyze it. Or say, I'll be back in 3 weeks. I'll be back in 1 month. Why? And we are paying you? No, look at it. Moment share the way. Judge to me better court. Some of them come to court late. Some of them come to court with this posture. With all due respect to our judges, they sit down. Your job is to have water with you. Sit down, listen to both parties, make their case. There's somebody sitting there all typing the whole time. Because every single word that comes from every legal person's mouth, they need to put it on record. You are just sitting and listening. Now, you tell me, you know what, I've adjourned this case, 3 weeks time. I'm going on medical leave. Near Ghana, near St0rm. Abroad, there are judges who are dying to sit on cases to make sure it goes faster. No, Mr. CJ. No. You cannot leave the judiciary with this kind of record. No. I expect you to change things at the judiciary. The pace that I want you to be changing things, you are not. The cosmetics are too much, say. With all due respect to you, some changes needs to be done. And I know you are trying to do those changes from the base. I've seen you introduce the tribunals and the first courts and the lower courts. No, we need you to take action at the high court. No judge should be able to postpone a case for more than 2 weeks. No judge. Why should a judge postpone a case for 3 weeks? Why should a judge postpone a case for 1 week? Why? If you are sick as a judge, take medical leave and leave the scene. Go and take care of yourself and let a healthy judge sit on the matter. But we sit in Ghana and every day, judge be say, I'm going for 3 weeks. I'm going for 1 month. Me say, tomorrow, me ba nyame boa. Me ba chiro cases what high court. Judges are so. With all due respect, I have no problem with any judge. I don't mean to disrespect any judge, but I want Ghanaians to know the kind of laziness are creeping into our judicial system. And this is a conversation we need to have. It's a conversation that we need to have because you see, Debia prosecution is not going well. Debia nobody is being prosecuted. And so the traffic are the judges. Almost so red, they don't move to even yellow or to go to green. A judge can sit on the case and tell you, say, you know something, I'm adjourning this case for 3 weeks. I'm adjourning this case for 1 month. Now go for your wedding. Into 3 weeks, you know. What is happening to you are you cannot sit on the case for the next 3 weeks. And these things are all intentional. Some of these judges, they do these things intentional to protect some people. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why are we making a job for Attorney General so difficult? Why are you people, you have ganged up? Some judges are ganging up and say, we are going to slow proceedings down. We are going to make sure prosecutions will not go on and we will embarrass this government. This is not political. This is the judiciary. It is another arm of government that is independent. Judiciary is not supposed to have any ill motive. The judiciary should make sure their work flows. The men about America, but it's a judge, so a postpone case for 3 weeks. I don't know. You are a judge. That is your job. You are a judge. That is your job. You cannot postpone a case for 3 weeks. Okay, I'm saying. Okay, welder. I don't go for tomatoes or Burkina. Where you man say we a judge. Come and listen to the case, analyze the case. The next day we need to come. Why are you postponing the case for 3 weeks? Judge Baku to become medical leave for 5 times on one case. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? We need to change the conversation and make sure these judges, they do their job. Now,
it's here for this is a very sad news. Now, elsewhere, no, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the honeymoon period no is over. When this particular government came to power, they told Ghanaians some the 24-hour economy ever. They are bringing in kitten. Now, we will not just push them aside. They've been able to do some. Economy is a bit stable. The dollar rate is not a bit good, but still on the ground, no. Nyama Bibria, a buying a promise, a more flagship program, no. They have not been able to achieve them. And one of them is the 24-hour economy. Minoka say, MPP spokesperson, and about me, one of a MPP former lead communicators, Okasa Emma Baumia, or the same be about to just say, 24-hour economy, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, or promises or Bobayano. Wakache Ghana force any flagship program. Also while launching Yama be brave in 24-hour economy, if the new patriotic party comes to power, you bet Shani say, all round now, Yama went to man finding Juma and prosecuting for any accountability. No, they will use that same oral to seek accountability of how the 24-hour economy, how come it was not implemented? How come some discuss on who were the people behind it? Then the two guys see a 24-hour economy. People or Ghanaians did not feel it in their pockets. Who and who? A banner size, Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he will also have to come and answer questions. A bra or retirement. Unity in summer a year MPP, a year lead communicator in summer or the tuja. Honestly, this is actually shaking the new patriotic party, the National Democratic Congress. By the way, nipo this answer me tuja Dr. Kuya Amwako. Unity a year in summer or the tuja about how MPP for time plan it. Said they will take on Mahama immediately after the 2028 elections.
Come to
President says they are ready to implement it.
The 24-hour.
Yeah.
Do you even believe it yourself? And when he was talking, I mean, it was quite difficult for all of us to have a straight face. I have taken painless time to go through their 24-hour document, their manifesto, everything they said about this, and so I can confidently say that let's not hold our breaths, the people of Ghana. This 750,000 jobs they said they were created by 2026. That's why I was asking. That's why I was hoping that you push on that question. It's not a future projection they made. By their documents, which I am looking at, they said in 2026 they would have provided 750 jobs through the 24-hour economy. So ab initio is a failure.
No,
you have not.
It has not been.
When they were writing this,
yes.
did we force them to put the timelines there?
Yeah, but realistically, the document.
No, it's not realistic. I'm not the one. I'm not the one that wrote the document for them.
Yes.
They wrote and said that, okay, you come into government, I think 2025, isn't it? And by 2026, you'd have created 750,000 jobs. By 2028, they estimate to be able to create 1.7 million jobs. In agencies where there's already a 24-hour economy, in the health sector, the nurses that are at home, that you cannot employ, there's already 24-hour economy. There's the hospital runs the whole time. Employ them and pay them. You are telling them you don't have money, and you are sitting here trying to use flowery language to deceive the people of Ghana, when the fact of the matter is you do not even have money. You do not even have money to implement it. How much did they say was required for the 24 hours? Some 4 billion. Yeah. You know, even what was estimated in the first budget for the 24-hour economy, not the full amount was not released. Are you aware that they didn't just promise rebates on these things? They promised a time of use tariff. electricity. The bill that was signed yesterday, do you see anything like that? So if I have
it's part of the incentives they will be given.
Yeah, I haven't seen that part of it. They promised a time of use tariff, meaning right now, if I have a factory that makes, well, let's say medical grade oxygen, I expect that if I run my plant in the night, I have some rebates, a time of use tariff. No, but instead of that, electricity tariffs in general, if you were operating that factory in 2024, and now this is rebates for shifts, this is on tax, this is not time of use tariff. It's not the same thing. Am I? Can you compare a tax rebate to saying that you provide a time of use tariff for electricity use? No, the electricity tariffs actually have gone up. So what are you doing? Are you
going? Say if you have a factory and you sign up to the 24-hour economy, you get to enjoy that.
This is in their policy. I have not seen that yesterday.
So they say when you sign onto it,
I haven't seen that in the final documents that I have. So if it's there, he can tell me. So that
the law that was signed yesterday.
No, I've seen rebates. I have not seen time of use tariff, and that is what is important to the person.
But it's captured in the incentives they are giving out in their major document. It's captured there.
Yes, that's the major document I'm looking at. But we still haven't seen that, and you have increased the cost of electricity from the time you made this promise up until now.
Do we really understand the 24-hour economy?
No,
really?
I think it's quite obvious that even the
because
NDC
we are
does not
sign out to a policy.
What you said
and then we give you an incentive.
Is provide.
You are talking about government
security
to increase tariffs generally.
No.
We're talking about
you
specific
said you are going to provide security and all of this in Osu and Co. so that the people that are already doing
the law was passed
24-hour economy can. It's not my fault that the law was
what's
passed
the problem?
Yesterday. It was your flagship policy when the MPP
so
came
allow us to implement
and our flagship policy by
2017,
by September 2017, PSHS was up and going. We're in 2026. You are still disturbing us with bills and signing this without it affecting anybody in real life or in person. So what are you talking about? You expect us to clap for you for signing documents? Is that what's going on?
But they said there are at least about over 50 companies in waiting.
No, 50
that have already expressed
in wait. No, what they
and now
said,
that the bill has been signed,
Peter,
you only see it
what they said was that they expect they are going to run one job, 3 shifts, 3 people, true or false. So we would expect that the simplest thing to do will be, at least from the public sector, true or false. So we expect that SIC, where he's the board member or board chair, if I'm not wrong, that now SIC has 3 shifts where people go in the morning, people go in the afternoon, people go in the evening, isn't it? Is that what is happening? That's what they said. They said that those selling wache in the morning, they are going to create a situation where they will be able to sell their wache 24 hours. Is that happening?
We have enough time. Otherwise,
you said a lot of things. And you know, the funny thing is, even the policy documents that they came up for with this 24-hour economy, if you want to look at it, it looks very similar to almost all the developments, the policy documents that most presidents have had from Nana Addo's time, from the 2010 to 2016 CPES SDP, Agricultural Modernization Infrastructure, and it's the same thing, almost word for word. So you are basically recycling something. You've put on a lot of slogans to this matter, and you expect us to clap for
in terms
when
of,
we are not seeing any real progress from it.
In terms of the idea and what they intend to achieve with it, do you in any way find it laudable?
No, I don't. See, I can just tell you right here that I don't think the idea, the way they are going about it, is going to yield the results that they were preaching about.
Okay, so that was exactly what a MPP communicator did to Jabba. Other news to Parliament, after a convening and down, they are seeking answers as to how Ghana, you're not in border no in Tokwa, terrorists 40 video mukunko for Abuja po Eden Sembi Ato Parliament. In Nima party, it's high time Ghana, you best summon all the security agencies and we should demand answers.
Security experts such as Dr. Kwesienin, Emmanuel Bombandi, Vladimir Nchidanso have indicated that what happened in Burkina Faso should be a huge wake-up call to the Ghanaian national security apparatus. Mr. Speaker, we should not belittle this matter. This House should pay particular attention to what has happened in Burkina Faso. This is a major security breach on a daily basis, our compatriots travel to Burkina Faso, to Togo, to Cote d'Ivoire, is their daily existence. And therefore, if tomato sellers, marketers, and traders have been murdered, tomorrow it could be students, tomorrow next it could be other group of Ghanaians. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, across the divide, we should agree that the demands the minority have made, that we should have a bipartisan inquiry into this matter, should not be belittled. This is a major wake-up call to the national security apparatus of our country. Mr. Speaker, what will the Minister for Defense, the Honorable Dominic Netewol, have done differently if he had the opportunity? Mr. Speaker, I want to indicate to my friend, the Minister for Rules, that what the Defense Minister would have done is exactly what he did when President Akufo-Addo was in office. The Accra Initiative. The Accra Initiative was a major initiative by the Akufo-Addo administration, which brought the countries along the coast, Ghana, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria, and which co-opted Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. And Mr. Speaker, in all modesty, as Deputy Chief of Staff and Minister for Lands, when I had the privilege to sit in the National Security Council, I saw at first hand the work the Accra Initiative did, which ensured that we had sharing of intelligence, which ensured that we collaborated with our neighbors, which ensured that we had robust mechanisms to prevent, to preempt, to protect, and to respond. And that is why, Mr. Speaker, for 8 years, not even one soul of our compatriots was lost in Burkina Faso. Mr. Speaker, the second thing the Akufo-Addo government would have done, and the minister asked that question, is that, Mr. Speaker, we will not align in the conflict in Burkina Faso. We will continue to be leaders in ECOWAS, and we will continue to support legitimate governments across the West African region. But we will be careful, Mr. Speaker, not to portray our government in a manner which will make our citizens targets. Mr. Speaker, security experts indicated immediately the president of Burkina Faso, General Ibrahim Traoré, became a special guest at the inauguration of President Mahama. And I'm not saying it. Security experts indicated, Mr. Speaker, that Ghanaians were going to become targets. And indeed, these traders, Mr. Speaker, let's ask ourselves the fundamental question. These traders are not combatants. These traders do not play any role in the conflict in Burkina Faso. These traders do not pose any threat. So why were they attacked? Mr. Speaker, I think our friends from the other side should agree with us for us to have this bipartisan inquiry, to assemble the facts, and to have the situation unraveled in a bipartisan and objective manner. Mr. Speaker, because I want to indicate that the allegation or suspicion other security experts have posited, that it is because Ghana is seen to be aligning with the government of Burkina Faso, our citizens have become targets. Let us establish that allegation to be true or not. I am not insisting that it is true, but we need to find out the truth. So I conclude by indicating that this is beyond politics. This is beyond MPP and NDC. We've never had this before. This is unprecedented. This is a major wake-up call to the security architecture of our country and to the Parliament of Ghana. And therefore, let us set up this bipartisan committee of inquiry. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. In St0rm, of course, so no. Now you're moving on here and for so. Me no cases is here no Semira Baumia Kamiako, so she is the next target of the Mahama administration. The information about Tuja from an NDC communicator Patcher say Semira Baumia, watch your back. You are engaged in some illicit deals, in some corrupt deals. You were engaged in taking certain monies and stuff. Properties are a dime we see. You need to come and account for these things. Now, these are not my words. These are words from a year Mary Owusu the CEO of the free zones on anything some about to just say very soon Chrome has say we will know who the real Semira Baumia is. And Ghana for or patches or catch Ghana for say they will expose Semira Baumia. Say jail pon obekwa, they'll make sure say obeko jail because of the crimes she's committed that she will have to go to jail and serve her time. In Sema a Director of Free Zones Authority Audituja.
Ghana Funyana, you watch out for Semira Baumia. She's a very dangerous woman. Dangerous woman. I'm telling you this. Semira Baumia, we should watch out for her. She's a very dangerous.
But it's on the running affairs.
Or no, na running MPP affairs. Baumia, there's what you want. Semira Baumia, or ye or bar Ghana ni bar. Me catch Ghana for say, Yensha Semira Baumia. Mon share kwan Faso or the Kobu will be dangu ye, even as a second lady. And we mean say possibility also or beko opposition wo. Mon share obey ye, nanu ya ye to about ni kunu wini ye. Mon share kwan ya ni or the share fenyo market. And St0rm about me would deal with a fenyo market. Of course. Mo wa ha mon share there. What did you say? And now, so be cancel. Or no, dear, Okunu and issue. Also, or the big D. Alancha Martin and the Euro President Kufo, a UB accessible Kaya. And see, St0rm about me, one individual be a me, Miss Rono said me, Miss Rono, Miss me or Bans, Miss Samira. Do you bet to me, dear? St0rm, Baumia say a car, Baumian Kwan come here the OU. Dear Kosunina, St0rm bills. Deals near their dear Kosunia St0rm. But me at the better way chain. Yame Adoma, we unity we are.
Okay, it is the same way and a course so St0rm about me or a very evil woman. Now, we are nuclear if you are Minuka say MP before Edin Simbia Babe to just say cocoa prices no, they will not sit down and watch mama see say or ye haircuts. Debi. Enya DBC, anything sema MPP communicators or Moody Tuja about this whole cocoa issue. I mean, say you know, about done a national issue. Sisia ni a kwanya a cocoa issue any cocoa prices no
global economy. Maza, and then found need cocoa for no more found on the world market price. What they need is that you pay them. Which cocoa this government is a bunch of clueless liars. Abaiwe. Omo for no kan okra because he said where say omo kan okra the omo ye omo de ba ba mu no ye ndada dia go ni friend trickery ene krokro the John Azan 419 kalabule no omo de di kokofo no bongo asem na si na eye ni bra asem o unim koko akuafo e si aban no Azan for omo ya Azan. The government is made up of liars. Yes, they are made up of liars because you cannot promise something and do otherwise. What should be boss said? Ubema nipa no, ube try to 7,000 Ghana cedis. Now it's an abortion no. Nipa ni jitum no kwa salai. If you are kete 7 December 2024. No to abama say President Mahama say about obeba be try ne ko yikuko kwie ni oba be try ne ka $7,000. 7,000 Ghana cedis into okwa to abama. Wa to abama de nuko kurumoti ama. Or no social contract to buy and also on finance and Obama 2,500. Massa, and found the German was what we are now. Russia, Ukraine, COVID-19 by and then on Macatre. I buy the boat teaching and one I was here the Boba. The IFA one they say was so much cocoa for Neka. The government must pay the cocoa. I was so much 7,000 no more promises, you know. Wouldn't cocoa for wouldn't cause a minya, only messages a minya. Unim koko for BP and the yari abo most because of decision where government here taking. Now the big friends of BP. Every crew. Hey, some I know free minimum koko for about Omavina Omu some remember the $1,000 Ghana. You've lost touch with the people there. But some na yekan a serious matter. Bongo. Some mechanic say, I'm buying way. Cocoa for no more cotton, cocoa nama, cocoa cratch no. Omoton man with the expectation say you are buying to me to 3,000, 7,000 now. Untia 3,600 no. And now 3,100 now MPP for ni dija hono. MPP for me mo amo say no ye criminally managed economy no tue koko for 3,100. Then so ene abaya St Mahama. Ene na pamfo a ne alcoholite omo kan no kre. Ne alcoholite afere eni omo anim. Ne alcoholite omo betena TV so omo nkakasa den kire Ghana for. Eyi koko bo ni fi 3,100 a MPP ekufa do dija omo no. And normally about 2,507 Ghana cedis. Or what so close to about 1,000 Ghana cedis. That's where no money ferry. It's cocoa cratch or no expect say cocoa can you expect say cocoa cratch or the cocoa comano at 3,100 and 3,600. And the cocoa no I buy bet you can I buy the mano 2,500. Now you must say cocoa 2,587. Only must say female woman. Only must say female woman. I say female woman. He say sikasema ye kan ho asem ni 15 November aban ni ntu akoko etwa ni
so na wa iska
15 November na wa iska mo ko bro nya we ni akoko etwafo ndibi na me nya ne kasa no se an ene amanfo kro mo bo.
Okay, so that was in Sema MPP communicators on the two just Mahama, one of the major scandals this year about the issue Obia Kanwasem Oman yeah, which is it is really going to really help them a lot. The issue of the cocoa farmers are into Omoka. So and I this Buchi or the Tuja Menoka said this is definitely a very one of the pressing issues. We are also learning that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, they have taken necessary steps to make sure that they will solve this particular issue. But definitely, according to the New Patriotic Party, it is not enough. We'll be very much happy see Bitimenya concerning this particular issue. Of course, once again, we are live. We'll be reading some of your comments along the way. We'll be very much glad to read it about this whole issue. Beginning in summer, was about Samira Baumia. That is Samira Baumia. Say ono ena running the New Patriotic Party. That was what a free zones or CEO or the Ababe Tuja. So we are looking at this particular issue. More updates as all of this various events continue to unfold right here in our beloved country Ghana. Now a bit moving on now yako a year in Faso. Now moving on to the camp of a year Ken Ufuri Atha information about this year party say I for much no or more the updates about okay so now you reported say immigration customs enforcement I from I say we US or much Ken Ufuri Atha no much Ken Ufuri Atha no one issue and I work on second Ufuri Atha are overstaying in visa last year, and even far from that to extradition treaty. Biwo asem no oman kotena so. I'm see an Interpol arrest warrant yifin so. But as a ban ye din, I'm a menoka say Black Rasta or the update. A brain could see say my Black Rasta edit to just say a brack in frata echo court no. We anyway any see a bar a better so.
Att case. What happened in U.S. court yesterday? Yesterday, the 19th of February, 2026, Att appeared in court, the Annandale Immigration Court in Virginia, in America. Ghanaian media houses announced that he was going. But as to what happened in court, I haven't seen anything yet. So we decided to go into the court, get all the information, ask the most important questions, and bring that to you. Because I have taken it personal. I want to see this crook back in Ghana to face reality. And I'm angry with him for one very important reason. Come and account for your tenure of office. Your uncle, the president, is here. Former President Nana-Addo. He's not threatened by even mosquitoes. Gabi Asari, a man many people said would go to jail. My brother, my sister, is still here. Not a scratch on his skin. And this guy claims that he feels political witch hunt chasing him. For that matter, he won't come to Ghana. We have to use the laws to get him. Well, my brother, my sister, today we got news for you. There's Warungu boy, Dominic Akuritinga Ayene, PhD, schooled in America. He's been following this issue keenly. And he's making sure that nothing dribbles him. His eyes are so fixated to the case. Every move, even after dark, when he sees shadows, he's ready to take action. We went to the courts, and this was what we saw. Come here! Now, my brother, my sister, Ken Ofori-Atta arrived in court, and the judge who is sitting on his case is called David Egarde. Hey, yeah, David Egarde. Does the name ring a bell? This is the guy sitting on Ken Ofori-Attah's immigration case. He went to court to deal with his bond as to whether they would allow him to go out of the detention center or not. It's going to depend on this guy. And apart from that, Ken Ofori-Attah is demanding and fighting that they keep him in America and give him legal residential status. Can I break that down? He wants to stay in the country legally, and he wants to be a resident of America. Can I tell you more? Now, this guy here, called David Egarde, has 22 years of legal experience. He's the hardest, most difficult immigration judge in the history of America. I like to deal with dossiers. Run the dossier, my youth. Hey! Hey! Dodo. Look at him. Judge David Egarde is the U.S. immigration judge presiding over Ken Ofori-Attah's case at the Annandale Immigration Court in Virginia. He's known for a strict, listen, evidence-driven approach, famously stating in this case that the court cannot act on assertions without proof. Hey, my brother. Now, he joined the immigration bench in August 2023. 2.5 years ago. Before becoming a judge, he spent 22 years as a federal prosecutor. And his roles included Chief of the Public Corruption, listen, and Civil Rights Unit. He hates to hear about corruption. Once he hears that this guy is here because of corruption, and he has the facts, you are finished. He also served as a special counsel to the U.S. attorney. Jesus have mercy. He represented the president and the government of America as a judge, a lawyer. And he was the chief of the Drug Task Force Unit. Don't joke with it when it comes to drugs. And in private practice, he previously worked as a litigation associate at the elite firm Cravat, Swain and Moore LLP right there in New York. Big Apple. Where did he go to school? Notre Dame Law School. And then the almighty Yale University. Yale University right there in my state, Connecticut. Hey, my brother, now let us look at the most dangerous part of this guy. Hey, Ken is in trouble. Big trouble. And I'm excited. Hey, he's a strict adjudicator. Now, data from the Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse track indicates that he has a significantly high asylum denial rate, roughly 81.4%. which is above all the national average. Hold it there. Do you know what that means? All the cases that come to him for people seeking asylum, they want residence. They want to stay in America because their countries are chasing them. 81% and over, he denied. 81% and over, he has denied. And the closest anybody got, the closest any judge got to denying asylum in America was 51%. Is Black Rasta explaining this properly? When it comes to denying people residence, asylum, and all that in America, he is the judge with the highest record. The one who comes second is 51%. Flip! This is the guy Ken is dealing with. Watch this. Procedural focus, legal analysts, other lawyers, and big brains. Come here. And big brains of the legal profession. This is what they are saying. They describe him as tough-minded. Tough. You see him slim like that? The trim word day rough. And unlikely to be swayed by a defendant's political stature. Can you hear that? It doesn't matter whether you are Sasabonsam in your country or wherever. As for this man, he will deal with you. Focusing instead on strict procedural compliance and documentary evidence. Jesus have mercy. Kai Dodo, that shit. This is the guy we are dealing with. So Ken went and sat before this guy. His name is David Egarde. 22 years of legal experience in so many different fields. The guy with the highest refusal rate. This is the guy God has blessed us with. So Ken has gone to sit before this guy. And already he's been told, this guy is a big guy in Ghana, and those are the people he likes to deal with. Reduce you to nothing, dealing with the facts. Please, we need him in Ghana. His uncle is here. Nothing is happening to him. The president and he himself has called him to tell him that Ghana is safe. Watch this. Watch it. My brother, my sister, Ghana is safe. Everything is good. But he still wants to follow his own whims and caprices, the underpinnings of an easy life. Jesus have mercy. Oh, your P, uncle. So they met yesterday. Dash him away. They met him. And when they sat down, what happened? Can I tell you what happened? Run the dossier. We like to deal with evidence. And I need you to follow this. Ken Ofori-Atta was in court yesterday, the 19th of February 2026. Now the session followed an initial court appearance on January 20th. And when they sat, Ofori-Atta was pulled out from ICE custody and brought to court. My brother, my sister, it was adjourned to April 27, 2026. And this is the bond hearing. He's still in custody. He's sweating like a pregnant crocodile on heat. Now the judge's ultimatum for the extradition packet expired during yesterday's hearing, leading to the current wait for a final bond hearing. When they got to court, the judge said, I hear that Ghana wants you extradited to Ghana. Even though this case is all about you getting bond for you to leave this detention center and go in there. Is it true? Are you a person of interest in Ghana? Do the Ghanaians want you? If that is so, I'm giving them time for them to provide me with the extradition packet. I will look at it and it will help me decide whether to even allow you here for a minute or not. If I look at it and I see that, oh, true, they have a certain point, I'm waiting for the Ghanaians to bring that. The federal judges would have to bring this. Ghana has already sent the package there. Right now, the judge is asking that to be brought to his court from his colleagues in the federal law courts. So he can have a look at that and now decide, you can. We now go let you out. Yes, so you go there. Brother, my sister, Now, during the court hearing yesterday, February 19, 2026, in the United States, and a federal judge addressed the potential extradition of former Ghanaian Finance Minister Kedoforiata. And the following key events took place. Evidence required. The man said he needed evidence. This will help him to decide. Even though this is a bond hearing, we hear you are a person of interest, a fugitive running from the law in Ghana. My brother, my sister, dash it away. This is where we are. My brother, you see, Abua Onidiano. Abua Onidiano.
It's here for so same way and a black rasta edit to you moving on and quite the camp of Nana Yabrefo. We gave you an earlier update. Nana Yabrefo, she's quit her job at Media General. She's now an Uber driver. Now she actually came and posted a video detailing reasons why she's an Uber driver. Now one person or any nemesis on now previously and also America Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor saw this and actually reacted. But before then, Nana Yabrefo Ababe Kasa, Ababe replied to Kevin Taylor, was answered doing same Biblia to how come Okudzeto America, at the point in time Ghana renting near the Adekrana Ehana. But before the Yinti Sama Kevin Taylor, a kind in response to Naya Abrefo, I mean, look as Naya Abrefo so on also Ababe react. But Yindi kind and share Kevin Taylor in response, because
Nana Abrefo, I mean, Bonami do Nana, Matisse so car no, a old car. I can give you a new car. I can help you get a better car that you can use to do Uber. Uber Eats there, it isn't much. You're not going to get anything. To be very honest with you, Sibia Wankasa with me a 2 weeks so I can't occur and Sanya Bechono. Me also me pay long time. I am Kwasiarika craving now here, a man who be a problem. And me, I'm a very nice person. Nana Yabrefo, Madam Nana Yabrefo, me a very nice guy. Say what Ben me paying? Would be a very wonderful guy, very good guy. And me donipa and my TV video be a cocoa around that. Also, kind of crazy 2015 so the next a dangerous crowd. Next, Okano, Manusi Sunas, a Pima, Nipa won't want to be Adrian never say, and I don't want anything like that to happen to you because any road worthy for people I ain't sure to sit inside, dangerous, and I want you alive. I really love you, no homo. Obama, but no homo. And I really want to see you succeed in America. And what I can do to help you is that if you are going to open up to me, I can help you get a new car. I can help you get maybe a 2022 Camry or something, 2023, something very decent. If you want something even different than that, you can let me know. And I want to help you. I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy.
Now, same way Kevin Taylor, Edibe Tuja, and Nana Yabrefo so every man a heavy response. And honestly, Niama Bibri, Abi Pija, and so Niama Bibri, Atuja. Some of us are even shocked. In the video,
and I'm coming back again. I'm making. Giving, and that's as usual. Again, that's how we are. We give reasons to things that we have no idea about. We assume things. And we do conclusions without asking questions. So, if the person leaves loopholes, we try to fill them without finding out exactly what it is. But it's okay, I understand. I don't have a problem. And to be honest with you, I'm too used to this. I've done this work as a journalist for years, and I've had backlash, have been loved, and that is what has gotten me here. I've also had reactions, and Madame and a brother sending me what my brother Kelvin Taylor said. I find it interesting, although it sounds like St0rm, as he said himself that he's not bullying me. He's just being nice, and that he wants to buy me a new Camry, 2022 Camry, because what I'm using can crash. Into a crash here, I might die. I like that sense of reason and a sense of showing care to me. Somebody that who once had issues with me. It's okay. It's fine. I love it. for the gesture, to be honest with you, there are few people, very, very few, who had actually called to find out what is really going on. One is maybe I'm a start here. I must say thank you to Father Dixon. Why? Because he gave me the opportunity to be a journalist. We go school of farming, and he had confidence in me, gave me that job. And I think I also proved myself that I could do it and do it well. And he showed some level of care, like, what's going on? What's happening? That's good. I love that. And then another big person that I really deeply love, I just don't want to mention him. He also showed some concern. And I love that. I thank you. But man, cassette me hoche more Ghana and I'm free Ghana. That's what I said. I didn't say that. Please don't put words in my mouth or try to make a fuss out of this. I did not say so. My son needs supervision, so I had to leave everything I'm doing. Now, I'm not rich, I'm not perfect, I have needs too. We are not, and to be honest, so for back, I'm not so for me, didn't Angel, a good man, very good man. I mean, while mommy lunch crapping, I love him so much, and he had said so. People like us who are that powerful when it comes to elections, how we behave and how we, a few people like Nipansia, and I'm one of them. I love the way you rate me so high. That's it. Thank you. I've done my best in terms of that direction. I tried to do my best. And so he was surprised, like as in say, it's maybe to meet Jai should watch that and check that. Otherwise, you lose the quality of the people they have as journalists out there. I could try the many Ukrainian century. I could try because of Papa number. Yes, you'll be seeing 50,000 a month. No, I don't take that kind of money. With the name I have and all that, that's not what I take. But my salary is not that bad. Even mine, that is not that bad. Anyone will be asked, and so you can compare that to others. And see, sometimes you get a lot of letters demanding things from us, which we are not able to. We are able to a few, but we are not able to because we don't have that much. We are not like we don't. If what I take I'm renting, and if it's not like I live in my own home in Ghana and I'm in rent here, I probably would not find myself in a good area or a good environment. You know what I mean? Or a 2 or 3 bedroom, I probably might not be able to rent it. It's not empty. So it's not anyone will be asked. We try to live just like you do all the time in Ghana. You know, I am managing, but my son needed supervision, so I had to go out. And it means me, my bills were high, very high. What I have saved, if I decide to use that to pay bills and wait, watch him and monitor him and get him on the right track, all my savings will be gone because I had Danka what I say, $18,000s, and you need to work to be able to pay your bills, rent, your utility bills, food that you eat and all that. Don't me from essential now. I need to do something, and as a journalist, I cannot use my journalism to work here unless I upgrade. Even that, I don't know where I'll start from. So I needed to start something. Makes me a little surprised is the fact that I've worked for years, and it took Kelvin to tell me that but it's all good. It's all good. I like that gesture. I thank you so much for thinking about me in that manner, and the gesture you just gave me. That's it. God bless you. Let me show. For the first time, he called me a woman, and that's good. It's a good start. A good start, Manager Hunty. Thank you. And thank all of you. My Facebook messages in those who have shown love. And to be honest with you, after posting this, I had a lot of people sending messages they are encouraged by what I said. Somebody who needed to do something like that, of Ghana with a big job, came here doing nothing and had to do something like that. You know, not in ferry, but with my sharing my experience, he has decided that he will do it. So because he cannot just sit down doing nothing. So if somebody like me is doing it, he will also do it. And he's not the only person. There are other people who have sent me so many messages. So those who are doing that kind of job in Ghana, almost saying never pie and stuff like that. Look, Edmond and to say chrono, And see, whatever that gives you money and it excites you. I love driving. So that was the first thing that came to mind. And people have been giving me ideas of what I can do with it, which is great. I opened up and they are opening up to me. It's also say, which is better than what you think I'm doing. You can offer me that. I'll take it. All right? Okay. Ciao.
Okay, so that was a Nanaya Brefo in summer or the Ebetuja. Therefore, Endia, now you moving on straight to the camp of woman now. It is a coaching and now the Ghana police for arrested or for stealing a child. Now, this is the woman in question. She has been arrested, but now they've covered her face because you had not court. And we are learning said in the court and she has been denied bail. But now the Ghana police is out here with some serious statements or more share the sequence of things and even how they arrested this particular woman. To show they will soon so say please rescue stolen new baby and arrest female suspect at Mamprobi. So now we are learning say where all of this went down at Mamprobi hospital and a woman in question near CSA family members be say on ward that a whole lot of things. So this is the woman involved. Now they also question say could the woman be could it be a woman or a serial baby stealer? That serial baby thief. Michemia Uvian Bofra a tongue because information about HGA party say woman or on bat two. Or on bet two, why is she going to steal a new baby? Motive near then so na. And two, a bimoso air patch say woman wa train on wo only wamba bembana si obidie. So she wants a child of her own and now with the man and Untiana occur to the extreme and same baby. But then this is what the Ghana police is saying here. In fact, a press release way and two screens also because Minoka say the health minister Minta Kando was storming a year Mamprobi Polyclinic or demand answers. A ban is saying and obitimi ra hospital nim eka se mawo sorry me ye nurse na nurse na me ye no have every right to enter everyone no akọ ward akọfo bi ba opie so no ose ye ne ba no one question her therefore we into screen so you see please rescue stolen newborn baby and arrest female suspect. And this came some few days ago, the 19th of February 2026. Until ready at the woman was number one. The Mamprobi District Command on Wednesday, the 18th of February 2026, has arrested a female suspect in connection with a reported stealing of a 4-day-old newborn baby boy from the Mamprobi Polyclinic. So now we are learning it's a baby, no fresh baby, or a 4-day. We did 4 days spec. On Tuesday, the 17th of February 2026, the Mamprobi District Police Command received a complaint that an unidentified woman disguised as a nurse unlawfully entered the postnatal ward of the Mamprobi Polyclinic and stole a newborn baby boy belonging to Precious and Kuma. So you are learning a woman no uwia abofrano nipa ana abofrano yede the NFL Precious and Kuma. 3. Following intensive investigations on Wednesday, 18 February 2026, officers from the Dansoman Divisional Police Command arrested suspect Latifa Salifu, who was found in possession of the 4-day-old baby at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Into umpire some investigation woman na your friend Latifa Salifu or no and your question say okuta abofra sa abofra no kano we no sanso di Kolebu say okwakoye home papers ni ade akwakoye registration adan ya ne bana wa wo no be owo no nurses ne ka chen say onko fie because in penny ho and wa sanso ababa. 4. Preliminary investigation revealed that the suspect could not provide any medical records to substantiate her claim that she delivered the baby at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. She was accordingly arrested and detained to assist ongoing investigations. The baby has been reunited with his mother, Precious Ankuma, who positively identified the baby as hers through a distinctive birthmark on her left leg. The baby has been referred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital for medical care. In Ebra, police for Epas Omunya tip of say Iwi abofrano sa Latifu Salifu yi or the abofrano Kolebu ko catch the doctors so me ba na mba be ho person so ba ba ho pesa where is your postnatal card antenatal na no so eno no onibi oja wo fi ene ye che no ene hu sa abofrano ye na de yes woman you say ne ba yira no omra no me sa abofrano to ba hu abofrano pe no say yes abofrano ye me de e de no de se ne so say abofrano ne nine nifa and the right leg no birth mark bi wo ho ana mark bi wo say mark no onu obi nti ne ba no obi nti ohun ye e bro wo ne ba no ohun ye to aso a almost based on that, woman to me identify abofra ne pe and almost okay. And I was say, yeah, Jewoni abofra ni to kolebu pending investigation and the medical care. 5. The regional police command has put in place measures to strengthen security. Consequently, 24-hour police protection has been deployed at the Manprobi police to ensure safety of patients, staff, and visitors. The suspect, Latifa Salifu, is currently in police custody assisting with investigation and she will be put before the court in due course. The Accra Regional Police Command cautions the general public to remain vigilant, particularly with healthcare facilities, and to promptly report any suspicious behavior or persons in the nearest police station. Hospital authorities are encouraged to strictly regulate access to maternity and postnatal wards. So now the woman in question, while she is assisting investigations, and then ultimately, she will be put before the court. And also, the beefy up security. The Manprobi Polyclinic and all major hospitals, especially the maternity and the postnatal wards. Now, me can say kando akwa pimu ewo Manprobi Teaching Hospital odia tuja sesi ano ono so demand answers. And also, how come say obia onye nurse otimi bora health facilities so ebe wi abofra sa. What is really going on? A whole lot of the nurses no money name tags and these are questions. Where was the security guards? In Tienko Tinsama, a honorable Minta Akando, a bra or stormy a hospital hono in Sama or to Baba Kebetu.
You say you have a way of monitoring how anybody, whether a nurse, especially a health professional who is not on duty, or somebody coming from the house, get access. How do they get access? Do you go through some protocols, or if anybody comes and you can enter any of the ward? How? Because I'm aware that some health facilities, there are even times you are not supposed to even enter any of the wards at all. So do you have any regulation rules? What time they enter and what time they exit? How they enter and all that? Do you have anything like that?
So what it is that so we have set visiting times in the mornings and then in the evenings. In the morning from 5:30 to 6:30, in the evening from 4:30 to 5:30. But because of our cultural system, and there's a lot of support from the family, once in a while you may find other people around or beyond this visiting hours. So those are some of the things that we have identified and we want to handle actively.
The cameras are wide awake, so you have some kind of conversations, behind the scenes, and we'll interrogate other issues, and then you take it from there. But we have given clear instructions and directives, and I think that it's about time we obey instructions, clear instructions. We don't give instructions for giving instructions' sake, just to save all of us. We don't wait until things of this nature happen before we begin to heighten instructions that has already been given. You understand? So please, let's increase our surveillance. I've directed the Director General that every health facility must have some kind of relationship with the immediate police post. So the police must even be patrolling here as and when, or at a click of a button, you must get access to them. There must be that relationship. We directed long ago, and the name tags, the CCTV cameras, they must always be working. Always, all of them must be working. So there are other issues I would want to discuss with you behind closed doors, and then let's all do our best to make sure that things of this nature will not be okay. So we'll have further discussions behind the scene. See what government can do, what you must also do. I can't come and wear, government cannot come and wear your name tags for you. So they are very, very fundamental that you should be able to do yourself. Okay. So let's get back to
in the same way, and a minister editor concerning a woman na yachine brought Stormy Hospital to beef up security and put in measures. Therefore, this is exactly what really went on. ADBC has seen more updates as all of these various events to continue to unfold. Subscribe and also send by the end of the day, more updates and live here. You can get a notification each and every time the updates say, bro. Thank you so much for watching.